What's up, y'all? It's your girl Stacy Liz with Baggage at the Door. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, you are right on time because the pods are officially open. That's right, y'all. Season 8 of Love is Blind just kicked off. So like this video and go ahead and subscribe because when I tell you we are going to be chit-chatting on a regular basis. In today's video, I'm just going to share my first impressions of episode 1. So you don't have to worry about spoilers. I've literally only watched episode 1. So let's talk about it. Let's get into it. I'm so excited, y'all. I love Love is Blind. So off the bat, I want to talk about my thoughts on the couple with the most potential, right? So who do you think has the most potential based on episode 1? I think Daniel and Taylor have shown signs of having the most potential out of the entire cast. Let's take a look at some clips between Daniel and Taylor.
I've waited 31 years to find my man, Daniel, so let's not waste another minute.
He might be sitting right across from you right
I
now.
hope so.
Oh.
Are you down on the knee?
Wait. Hold on. I am now.
So I like several things about this, right? In Daniel's introduction video, Daniel shared that he was 5'8", right? And then he also shared about the importance of finding someone basically based on what's inside, right? He talked about the looks are going to fade anyway. So when I'm 80, that's not going to matter, right? So that's a good sign. I also liked that Daniel seems very motivated to find his wife. He stated in that same video that his intentions were to find a wife. So clear intentions. It seems he's being genuine. Obviously, this is only episode 1, but he's saying a few things that I like. And then as far as his interaction with Taylor, I love that Taylor's personality seems very fun. I'm not gonna lie. At first, I was like, "Ooh, Taylor, that's a bold move. You coming off a little strong, saying, I've waited 31 years, and are you down on a knee?" But I think that playful is okay, right? It's good. She has a sense of humor, which is obviously a plus in a relationship, and Daniel received it well.
Yeah.
What do you need from a woman in a relationship?
I want a family someday, and
Wow.
so like someone, who's open to, kids and being, the mother of my children and, building a family together.
Love that. I have always wanted a family of my own.
I'm right there with you.
But here's what I really like. They were able to shift from humor to asking some really solid questions. Sometimes it's kind of hard to figure out what you should ask someone on a date for the first time, but I think they did a good job with this. She asked him, what do you need from a woman in a relationship? And he was able to give some pretty solid answers. So they're asking good questions, they're showing their personality. Daniel seems to be highly motivated to find a wife. So I'm liking the way this is going. So Daniel's 29 and he is a sales agent, right? And Taylor is 31. She's an RN, and specifically she does like GI colonoscopy work, which she made jokes about that. So again, showing her sense of humor. Daniel seems mature, right? So he mentions having a sister who is blind, and he compares, his sister being blind to Love is Blind, and he says if he could just be a little bit more like her, then he'd be in a great place. Taylor, once he shared that, Taylor took the opportunity to affirm him, and she said, "What did she say? I think you're more like her than you think," right? So that's always a good sign. Anytime that a woman can affirm a man, right? Especially when he's just opened up about his personal life. These are all good signs.
I feel great. I feel 100%. It's not my voice.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I barely even notice it anymore. I journaled about you last night.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Your name may be in my journal as well.
So Taylor's voice is gone the next day, and Daniel says some sweet things and, assures her that it's okay. Her voice is fine. He can barely notice it, right? So I like that both of them are able to kind of support each other. And these might seem minimal, but it's the small conversations that make you feel that comfort that go a long way, right? So, in fact, Taylor also says that talking to him is so comforting, right? So I can sense a very just comforting energy that comes from Daniel, right? A very genuine, sincere energy that comes from Daniel. And so Taylor's complimenting him, he's complimenting her, and she remembers the conversation from the previous day. She brings up his sister again, and they connect on wanting a family together. They also connect on Christmas being their favorite holiday. Daniel shares his fun side in that he kind of does these over the top Christmas cards.
I told you about the Christmas card, right?
I don't think so.
I didn't talk to you about my Christmas cards?
No.
Oh my gosh. So this is a big part of my life too.
And Taylor shares that Christmas is her favorite holiday, that she puts up 4 trees, right, in her small apartment every year. So another thing that they have in common, another opportunity for them to just kind of have things in common and bond over. So I'm liking the chemistry between them. I'm liking the sense of humor. They both seem like they have fun personalities. They both want a family. They both seem like they're sincerely here for marriage. Taylor did mention that she overthinks in relationships, and immediately, what did Daniel do? He comforts her. Again, he tells her, well, if there's anything that I can provide clarity for, I'm here for you. If there are any questions that I can answer, I'm here for you. So I'm liking this couple. I also like when Taylor says that she's moving to the ground.
A lot of thoughts.
Okay. I'm moving to the ground.
I'll move to the ground with you.
Okay.
All right. I'm on the ground.
Okay.
Yeah, I love that family is a big thing for you.
Yeah.
Daniel also moves to the ground and he says, I'm right there with you. I'm moving to the ground with you. And so, very comforting words, and that can definitely make a lady feel good. I don't get a sense that Daniel is doing this on purpose, right? I feel like he's genuinely a nice guy. I don't feel like he's trying to love bomb or overdo it. Okay, let's talk about the couple with the most in common. See if you can guess it. See if you can guess it. Write it in the comments. Who do you think has the most in common based off of episode 1? You guys, I think that Joey and Monica absolutely have the most in common.
What type of music do you like?
Everything but country.
I don't like country.
Oh, thank God.
This thing is, I love dancing. It could be any song that's playing in the bar, and I'll
Yeah.
just like grab one of my friends and we'll start swing dancing.
Wait, do you swing dance?
Yes,
You
I
actually
love
swing
swing
dance? Oh my God. I used to swing dance
Really?
every single Wednesday.
Oh, that is awesome.
I would be doing like the flips and stuff. Like, I kid you not.
I
Like,
love that.
flipping and
Okay,
like
so
all
we
the
could
moves.
crush it on the dance
Oh my
floor.
God. We'd kill it.
What's your favorite movie?
The Sound of Music.
Oh my god.
This is like our family movie. Everyone loves it in my family.
I've watched The Sound of Music probably 5,000 times.
Stop it!
Literally, my grandma was so obsessed with The Sound of Music. Like,
Stop.
They are so cute. I love it. I absolutely love that they have so many things in common, right? They can go swing dancing, but not to country songs. And then after swing dancing, they can come home and watch the Sound of Music, right? I like them. Both of them are just themselves, right? And they're not afraid to be their natural, goofy, quirky, nerdy selves. I feel like they would be the couple that just have all of these fun, nerdy inside jokes that no one else would understand, but they just love and adore each other so much. So I'm really excited to see how Joey and Monica's relationship and dating develops. I want to know if you were impressed by anyone in episode 1. Who am I most impressed by? I have to admit that Virginia, I'm really impressed by Virginia. I'm also intrigued. I'm really interested in seeing how her storyline develops, because Virginia seems just like a well-rounded woman. She's kind of sharing these things about her life that don't necessarily go together. You don't see them commonly together, right? So she shares that she has a doctorate in healthcare, right? That's her field. And obviously, it's not easy to obtain a doctorate degree. So, way to go, Virginia. And then she also shares that she danced for the NBA.
I used to dance for the NBA, so I'm.
Oh wow! So you like basketball?
I love basketball.
Hey, so you can come cheer me on.
I can.
That is a very high level, right? You have to obviously be a skilled dancer to make it to dancing with the NBA. So that's also amazing, right? So she has a lot of fun facts, right? She shared that she recently picked up running and did her first marathon. And so what that tells me is she obviously has a good level of discipline, right? Someone who's able to finish a doctorate is disciplined. Someone who's able to keep up the skill of dance and go to the rehearsals and know the routines and be talented enough to make an NBA level team obviously has to have some discipline. To pick up running and do a marathon takes a level of discipline. And so I do think that that discipline can also carry in to her relationships and also benefit her relationship. So I am impressed by Virginia and I'm intrigued. So I can't wait to learn more about Miss Virginia. I have a question. Based on episode 1, who do you guys think would make the best husband? For me, Joey. Joey just he's a solid dude, right? But there's a lot of things that Joey said that I think a great husband would say.
I'm Joey.
I'm nervous.
All right, here's the deal. All right,
Okay,
take a deep breath.
Yep.
I'm gonna make you feel comfortable. Okay?
Please.
All right. I want to make sure my partner understands that no matter what, I'm gonna be there.
So he has these really good characteristics that I think make for a good husband. So for one, Joey has a close relationship with his dad. I think it's great that they remodel homes together, right? That means he's good with his hands, ladies. That means he can fix a few things around the house, right? But then also, he's really confident. I like the fact that he kind of makes fun of himself a bit. And I think that's a good sign. Anytime someone can make fun of themselves, that lets you know that they might not have an issue with pride, right? Because they're confident enough to make fun of themselves, you know? So I like that about him. But then I also like his family dynamic.
Very big extended family.
Okay.
Very close with all of them.
Very cool.
And very close with my mom. I talk to them very, very regularly.
Nice.
I would honestly describe my sisters as probably my best friends. We talk like literally every day.
How are you with money?
Very, very good.
Okay.
It's something I'm pretty proud of because I like kind of had to help my family out and pay for my college. When I was done with grad school, literally I had like $200 in my bank account
Yeah.
and taught myself how to like invest, and,
Wow.
like, trade, and I bought my first property when I was 27
Wow.
because I knew that I had to be prepared for my mom at some point to not have a place to live.
It's impressive. It's impressive. And the circumstances aren't ideal, right? But we know that the way we grow up shapes us as adults, right? So not only does he have a great family dynamic, he talks about his sisters being his best friend. He talks about, unfortunately, having a sister who passed away, right? And he speaks very highly of her. And he shares that he was, kind of like a goofy kid, a goofy, nerdy kid growing up, and football saved him. And it was football that kind of got the respect for him, from other men.
When I was 18, I got a lot of offers from some D1 schools.
Wow. Yeah.
But I chose to decline the D1 offers and stay at home, go to college nearby. I was like, I don't want to leave my like younger sister alone.
The fact that he had opportunities to play D1 football but turned it down to care for his family says a lot about him. Yes, it sounds like he had to grow up fast. It sounds like he had to kind of parent his mother, right? He talks about the financial situation and the fact that he opened up a retirement account for his mom. he's responsible. He's going to be a responsible husband. He's going to be able to uh, provide financially. He's great with money. But then also, coupled right along with that, just financial provision, he's going to be a caring husband, right? He's obviously not a selfish man. His partner would probably have to teach him a bit to choose himself and to not overlook his own needs. But I feel like if he has a good woman by his side, she can benefit from him and he can benefit from her, and he can finally kind of not be in situations where he has to be the only one fixing things. So I feel like people like Joey, once they get with the right woman who won't take advantage of them, I feel like he's just going to grow even better. It sounds like he's already a great man. Not to mention, Joey had both of his grandmothers in his life, both actively helping to raise him. And so I'm sure that they passed down some wisdom to him. Yeah, I think Joey would make for the best husband based off episode 1. What do you guys think? Who do you think, based on episode 1, is the least likely to be ready for marriage? Right? So this person, in my opinion, is the most likely to break someone's heart this season. And for me, it's Dave. And I say that because he's made a few comments that kind of have me looking a bit sideways, right? So he makes comments like, I don't want to be shallow anymore. He talks about being surrounded by fake beauty, being surrounded by fillers and, all types of lip fillers and all of this, the Botox world, right? So he admitted that he's struggled with only paying attention to the outside, right? So by him saying, I don't want to be shallow anymore, it automatically makes me question, well, are you still shallow? Is this something that you're overcoming? Like, where are we in this process, right? He talks about his mother always telling him to do things with integrity. And again, he kind of makes that comment like, I want to have integrity. So he's kind of sharing with us who he is. And he's also the person who opened up a conversation. Well, he was opening up every conversation with, why are you here? What's wrong with you? We heard him tell that to pretty much every woman that he was dating. But he's also the one who said, oh, how old are you? And I think she said 30. And his response was, okay, so you're no longer attractive. Okay, all right. So you have humor, but that's not everyone's type of humor, right? That was a very bold statement to make, even though I think it was Monica laughed it off still. So I'm wondering, where is he in his growth journey, and if he's far enough along to actually be a husband. I'm a little bit concerned that he's still a bit shallow. My prediction is, if anyone, based on episode 1, Dave would be the person that, if he makes it to the resort in the honeymoon, he would be most likely to look at another woman and talk about her looks and maybe even have some regret about not choosing that woman based on her looks. Because I mean, you have to listen to someone. When they keep repeating the same things, you have to listen because they're telling you who they are. And then in addition, Dave is, obviously they have to date multiple people, but Dave is talking to two women, right? So he had a connection with Lauren and he also had a connection with Monica, right? And so, but he's kind of telling them, making them both feel good, which I understand you have to date multiple people, but you guys know how that ends, right? Somebody will likely get their heart hurt, broken, right? Because he's telling them, can I just cancel my next date? And then he's getting to the next date and he's saying, all I did was think about you today. So he's kind of walking that line. He's walking that line of doing too much with multiple women, and you definitely got to be careful with that. It seems like, in my opinion, he's kind of leaning more towards Molly, and that Lauren would be more susceptible to getting her heartbroken. But we'll see. It's only episode 1. But yeah, David would be the person that I would say not really confident about him being ready to be a husband from what he's shown in episode 1. So my eyes are definitely on David. I'm squinting at David and I'm looking at him sideways because if there's a troublemaker, I think it's David, but we'll see because it's only episode 1. What were your first impressions from episode 1? Did you like a couple more? Was there someone who kind of rubbed you the wrong way? Who do you think the troublemaker is going to be this season? Let's talk back in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that you can be in the know and you can be able to chit chat with us through this Love is Blind season 8. See you in the next video.